It was his first year last year with 61 new guys. Uh, I mean, there's only one person or one team last year that was able to do that and have a successful season. Um, but it's a difficult job to do in the landscape of college football to take a brand new team with 60 new players and be successful. So I think looking in the year two, I mean, we don't feel any pressure. We know where we want to go. There might be some eternal pressure to achieve the things that we want to achieve, but not from no outside pressure. I think is influencing our team at all.
Do you feel like maybe I don't want to call it impatience because it comes from a sincere place, but of that external, we talk about pressure. Like, do you feel like that's become more common in this space where there's NIL and now there's revenue sharing and there's a lot more financial investments in the sport? Do you feel like that's increased or the perception?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is more of a perception thing, especially outside looking in about how revenue sharing and NIL, where is this going, who is it going to, what are the benefits of it, who is it benefiting. It kind of maybe outside looking in increases that pressure. Like if you have a star player who you can tell that they're reaping the benefits of NIL, but they're not producing in that kind of way. But the whole NIL landscape, I mean, it doesn't really build any pressure for us. I mean, I've reaped the benefits of NIL, and I don't feel any pressure at all. And so I doubt that the team does, or the university or the program does.
Do you feel a difference in the program this summer compared to last year? You guys last year were going through a transition, a different coach, going into a season with maybe a few more unknowns than this year. Is it different around the building or different for you internally going into year two with a little more familiarity bring more confidence for you? What's the difference? Is there a difference this summer?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a difference. I definitely feel more confident in my role and in my position. And I think as a team, we kind of all feel that way. Like I said, last year we had 61 new guys, which, those early spring days, early winter days, you might walk through the hallway and might see a guy you've never seen before. And that's when, you go introduce yourself. But it takes some time to kind of grow that trust and relationship with one another. But this year, I mean, Coach Smith and I think us as players also were able to retain a lot of guys, which builds that trust with one another that's already instilled in the program. And so that makes us hopeful for the season coming up, how we're not having to take a step back and have regained trust with one another. We're already there looking into the season.
Still a lot of new guys, though. There are still...
Yeah, there has been a lot of transition, but I think the base of the foundation with the program is still there, with welcoming guys that are best fit to play for the program.
Do you know what that number is this year? How many new guys?
No, not exactly, not off the top of my head, no.
What's it like playing for Coach Smith? And is he somebody you look up to?
Yeah, I mean, anybody kind of in that head leadership role has to be somebody that you have to look up to and respect. But honestly, if he didn't have that title, that's still a man that I would look up to and respect of how he is organized, how he prioritizes his family. How he prioritizes us as not only football players, but just student athletes in college. So it's definitely a man I look up to and try to achieve some of the things that he's achieved.
Jordan, your role changed a little bit last year. You kind of had to wait your turn again. How'd you get through that? What was that like?
Yeah, it was kind of a tough transition for me, coming off of I'd like to think it was a pretty good freshman year. So it was a tough pill to swallow when Coach Rossi came in and brought in JT Jordan Turner from Wisconsin. I kind of not a slap in the face in a bad way. It was like, man, I really thought that this was going to be like my jump year, where we got a new staff, new start. It was kind of going to be my defense. But after sitting down with Coach Rossi, he's very upfront, honest. I like to think me and him have a pretty good relationship. And he told me, there's a lot of things in your game that need to be improved. I think that you can be a really good linebacker, but I think that there are some areas in your game that need to be improved to get you to where you want to go. And so I trusted him in that process. It's not like I didn't play at all last year, and I think with the opportunities that I had, I made the best of them. But I'm looking forward to this year. I think I've grown a lot through the course of winter workouts and spring and summer training to kind of step into that leadership role of running the defense.
You've always had pretty good motivation and work ethic and so forth, but did that even lighted up even more? Like if you'd started all last year, would you have been as motivated this offseason, or what do you think?
Yeah, I would think so, because I mean my motivation doesn't come from my status, but come from God. So, you know, even last year I would have been just as motivated if I would have started all 12 games, if I wouldn't have started any games, if I would have had an injury, I still would have been motivated to get back healthy. So, you know, my motivation doesn't alter between, you know, my status. It's dependent on God.
Can you put into words your hunger to get the defense and the team get some traction toward wins and so forth, and get over the hump? Could you put into the words where the hunger is right now for you and the team?
Yeah, I mean, we're all hungry for a successful season and a winning season. But if you kind of start with that in mind, it's hard to achieve those things. Of course, that's one of the goals that we have for the season, is to, you know, be playing in those November, December, January months, and be playing good football in those months. But if you harp on those things right now in the middle of July, you'll never be able to focus on your opponent weeks 1 through 10. You know, so we have that goal in the back of our mind, but there's hundreds of other goals that are going to lead us to that end goal. So that's kind of where we're focused on right now, taking that 1 week, 1 game at a time.
How do you lead this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with having just a good relationship with people, and maybe talk to some people that you probably wouldn't expect me to talk to. Right now I'm living with another linebacker, Sam Edwards. He's his 5th year. If you were to see me and Sam walking beside each other in the street, you would probably question, you know, how do those guys know each other? But those are the kind of relationships that, as a leader, you need to have to be able to talk to different people and relate to people more, to know how to address them when things happen.
Jordan, do you, speaking of building a relationship, do you think that your quarterback and receiver core has kind of meshed and developed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, we've had, I know, over there off of our big press conference, Nick kind of mentioned the additions to the receiving room, and kind of the growth that they've made. But just in terms of looking outside in from the offense and the things that I've heard, I think that I've heard that they're gelling really well together. They all have different parts of their game that complement each other and provide versatility to the offense, and versatility to Aiden of who he wants to get the ball to in the best way. Yep.
What are you most proud of in your college career so far?
Say that again.
What are you most proud of in your college career so far?
What am I most proud of? I don't know. It hasn't happened yet. I've been blessed enough to have many accomplishments. I feel like in my career, whether that be a freshman All-American or being a leader of this team, that's a big accomplishment for me. But I'm you know, I guess my favorite one is the next one. Whatever happens next, I'm pleased with, and so yeah.
What was your reaction when you found out that you were coming to Vegas for this event?
Yeah, I was excited. Like I said last year, I wanted to step into that leadership role, and I felt like I was ready. Unfortunately, I guess in my case, it wasn't the case, and so being able to be in that leadership role this year and kind of get the things that I felt like maybe I deserved later on, even though after having those conversations I've learned that I wasn't ready for. It's rewarding to know that, you know, I stuck the course of the program out and Rossi's plan out and Coach Smith's plan, and kind of reaping the benefits of that.
Seems like a mature response. You know, do you have mentors that you kind of ran this by, you know, when it was happening, or how did you process this, you know, last year and then into this year?
Yeah, my uncle, he was my first ever football coach, and I was 6 years old up until I was 12. Throughout the whole process, he's always been, you know, a shoulder for me to go to, like, hey, I need, what do you think about the situation here? You know, because my immediate response was, you know, what should I do because of this? You know, in the way of college landscaping, and NIL and the transfer portal. I know I can name 1,000 people who have done the opposite of what I did and jetted out there right away because they didn't get the response that they were looking for. But, you know, after talking to him and him pouring into me, we knew that wasn't the best option in this case, and that's not always going to be the best option. Sometimes you got to stick things out a little bit. It might sting a little, but what's most beneficial for you and your growth and your development, and that was here under Coach Rossi and Coach Smith's coaching.
And they were transparent with you the whole time. That was important to you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, me and Coach Rossi, I feel like I have a great relationship. And he sat me down last year, and it was like, you're going to be, JT's going to be, if we play the game tomorrow, JT's going to be the guy, and you're going to be in the rotation. And he was pretty upfront and honest with me. And then when the season ended last year, he said, let's get rolling to the next year. And it has been transparent ever since then.
Nick mentioned that you lead the Bible studies for the team, and that there's a large group of religious, student athletes. Is that an important aspect of your life?
I mean, probably the most important, having that community on the team with one another. And I am going to correct you when you say lead, because it's not, me leading. I'm no preacher or pastor or nothing like that. But I just love Jesus, and I want other guys on the team to love Jesus. And so I think a better word is just host. I might host some at my house. Grady Kelly, a transfer D lineman, he'll host a few. Quindarius Dunnigan, he'll host them. But we're just having conversations about Jesus and what he has to offer.
Appreciate you.